Hello everybody, Bob Matthews, Kevin Hardy here at Stroudsburg High School inside this beautiful gymnasium for one of our favorite events of the year, the Valley Elementary Wrestling League Youth Championships. And Kevin, it's always so much fun to do this. He and I have been together, announcing this tournament for almost 20 years. I haven't aged, but Kevin has. But hey, that's the way it goes. No, in all seriousness though, we love doing this year in and year out. We really want to thank BRC 13 Sports for allowing us to sit behind the microphones.
This is one of my favorite days of the year. However, this year's 2026 Valley Elementary Wrestling League Championship is going to feature 9 returning champions and 19 undefeated wrestlers. So we're going to see some quality kids on the mat today.
And this place is buzzing.
Absolutely. They are ready to toe the line and go to battle with the goal of becoming a Valley Elementary Wrestling League champion.
And we're going to be, we're going to be seeing a lot of champions here after this event, but they're all champions in their own right. These young men and young women, they really put it all on the line, and they are fundamentally sound and really fun to watch. And we've had a lot of young ladies win championships from Stroudsburg, the host school, and that was really cool to see as well. So we'll be back with some of the best wrestling you're ever going to see from youngsters throughout this area right here on BRC 13 Sports, so don't go away.
And we're back. We're going to take it to the public address announcer.
All right, we're ready to start our 2026 Parade of Champions. At 46 pounds with a record of 21-0, he was a 2025 VEWL champ, a 2025 PA state champ, a 2-time War at the Shore champion. Coaches Ronzano and Boyd, escorted by Nick Rosano, Brooke Rosano from Parkland Gray, Riker Rosano. His opponent with a record of 18-0 at 2025 VEWL 7th place. Coaches Rizzo, Rivera, Williams, and Jacobs, escorted by Brian and Michelle, his parents from Southern Lehigh, Leonardo Rizzo. At 50 pounds with a record of 14-2, he's a first-year varsity wrestler. Coaches LaForge, Lockhart, Grantile, and Strethley, escorted by Mikhail Gerasimov from Nazareth Blue, George Gerasimov. His opponent with a record of 10-1 was a 6th place varsity last year. Coaches Litzenberger, Ramsey, and Kubat, escorted by Mom and Dad Seth and Hillary from Whitehall, Carson Kubat. At 54 pounds, with a record of 18-0, was a 4th place VEWL place winner in 25, 1st place in 24 in the JV, and then went and became a 2nd placer that same year in the varsity tournament, a 4th place in novice a few years ago. Coaches Thatcher and Ciciola, escorted by parents Marie and Mel from Forks Township, Clayton Ciciola. His opponent, with a record of 14-0, in 24 he was 1st, in 25 he was 3rd. Coaches Weaver, Middich, Gaffney, and Shirk, escorted by Mom and Dad Amber and Ryan from Saucon Valley, Oliver Bartholomew. At 58 pounds, with a record of 17-1, a 24 sixth place, a 25 first place. Coaches LaForge, Lockhart, Gentile, Struning, and Roncolata. Escorted by his parents, Rick and Tara, from Nazareth Blue, Dominic LaForge. His opponent with a record of 17-2, a 23 VEWL fifth, a 24 third. Coaches Hanlovic and Thatcher, escorted by his parents, Rachel and Tyler, from Forks Township, Trace and Peters. At 61 pounds, with a record of 15-1, was a three-time varsity finalist, two-time varsity champ, second place in 22 and 23. Coaches Vermeulen, Snyder, Leeks, Lang, and Shaw, escorted by Matthew and Aaron from Northwestern, Cale Vermeulen. His opponent, the record of 12-2, was a VEWL champ in 23, a second in 24, and a third in 25. Coaches Probus, Limpar, Turner, and Pokovitz, escorted by Jesse and Jessica Probus from Northampton Black, Boston Probus. At 64 pounds, with a record of 11-2, was a 24-25 second place. Coached by Stephen Elliott, being escorted by Ashley and Jason Zimmerman from Del Val, Owen Zimmerman. His opponent, with a record of 6-0, passed a 9-1 record from coaches Stiff and Paul, escorted by Mom and Dad Amos and Valerie from Pocono Mountain East, Eitan Paul. At 67 pounds, with a record of 13-1, past VEWL honors were third, second, and third. Coaches Paul Goffredo, Comunal, Moyer, and Formula, escorted by Pop Joe Kazenza from Bangor Gold, Charlie Kazenza. His opponent, with a record of 17-1, five-time finalist, was second in 21, first in 22 and 23, and second in 24. Coaches Schonenberger and Flegler and Taff, escorted by Mom and Dad Sarah and Corey from Nazareth White, Carson Taff. At 70 pounds, with a record of 12-2, was third in 25, fourth in 24. Coaches Goffredo and Coach, escorted by John Paul and Jacqueline Goffredo from Bangor Gold, Johnny Goffredo. His opponent, with a record of 16-0, four-time varsity finalist, two-time varsity champ. Coaches Vermeulen, Schneider, Ix, Lang, and Shaw, escorted by Matthew and Aaron from Northwestern, Hunter Vermeulen. At 73 pounds, with a record of 18-1, he was third, and first last year. Coaches Cuff, Schonenberger, Heckman, Flegler, and Taff, escorted by his parents, Nolan, Nadine, and Eddie. From Nazareth White, Eddie Cuff. His opponent, with a record of 19-0, he was 8th, 7th, 6th, and 5th in the tournament in years past. Coaches are Herzog and Hosier, escorted by his mother and father from northern Lehigh, Kelson Herzog. At 76 pounds, with a record of 18-0, he was a VEWL champ in 24 and 25, four-time VEWL place winner. Coaches Limpar, Turner, Probus, Lieberman, Segura, Pakovitz, escorted by his mom, Gina Limpar, from Northampton, Black Ryder Limpar. His opponent, with a record of 16-0, was a three-time second placer in 23, 24, and 25. Coaches Lavin and Kuncio, escorted by mom and dad, Sarah and Matt, from Parkland Red, Mason Gear. At 80 pounds, with a record of 22-0, he was 5th last year. Coaches Peters, Thatcher, and Hanlovic, escorted by mother and older brother, Medina and Christian. From Forks Township, Alec Medina. His opponent, with a record of 16-0, was 6th last year. First as a novice and made it to the second day in 24. His coaches are James, Cozy, and Blass, escorted by his parents, Stephanie and Terry, from Pocono Mountain West, Brody Childs. At 85 pounds, with a record of 11-1, he was a 4th place in 25, a 4th place in 25, and a JV champ in 22. Coaches Foreman, Gaffredo, Moyer, Cosenza, and Verrunda. Escorted by mother and father, Stephanie and Chad. From Bangor Gold, Luke Gardner. His opponent, with a record of 15-4, coaches Arndt, Rose, DeBellis, and Shea. Escorted by mom and dad, Tanya and Kenny. From Emmaus Green, Garrett Art. At 90 pounds, with a record of 16-4, his coaches Boyer and Boyd, escorted by parents Christian and Nikki. From Parkland Gray, Max Boyer. His opponent, with a record of 18-0, regular season 14-0. He was 7th last year in the VEWL tournament. Coaches Arndt, Rose, DeBellis, Shea, and Yetter, escorted by his parents Jared and Angela. From Emmaus Green, Lincoln Rose. At 95 pounds, with a record of 16-0, he was 1st in the VEWL last year. His coaches are Widener and Pacone, escorted by his mother and brother, Christina and Royce. From Palmer Township, Ryan Sullivan. His opponent, with a record 11-3, he was 5th last year, has most pins and least amount of time last year, the Bob Getz Award. Coaches Stiff, Campbell, and Campbell. He's escorted by Adam Campbell, Emily Campbell, and Andy Campbell. From Pocono Mountain East, John Gerza. At 105 pounds, he's undefeated with a 17-0 record. He was 1st in the JV VEWL in 2020 and 6th in the varsity tournament last year. Coaches Fraunheiser, Shoup, Reed, Snyder. Mangos, Reed, and Smith. He's escorted by his mom and dad, Colleen and Stephen, from Lehigh, Cale Witt. His opponent, with a 16-0 record, he has coaches Donardo, Widener, and Pacone, escorted by James and Jenny McQueen from Palmer Township. James McQueen. At 120 pounds, with a 17-0 record, a 7th place in 2024, a 2nd place last year at 105 pounds. Coaches Donardo, Widener, and Pacone, escorted by mom and dad, Chase and Nina, from Palmer Township, Nico DiNardo. His opponent, with a record of 18-0, he was 7th place last year. Coaches Cuff, Taff, and Schonenberger, escorted by Allison and Chris from Nazareth White, Kellen Young. At 160 pounds, with a record of 16-0, coaches Phil and Kyle, escorted by mom and dad, Shanez and Darryl from Pocono Mountain West, Angel Williams. His opponent, with a record of 15-1, coaches Franheiser, Snyder, Mangos, Reed, Smith, Shoup, and Reed, escorted by his mother Ashley from Lehigh, Vincent Summers.
And there we go. That's a heck of a lineup, Kevin, on both sides of the aisle, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see these young men do battle when we come back. Bob Matthews, Kevin Hardy back here at a rather raucous Stroudsburg High School Gymnasium. It was raucous, and we are raucous, whatever. And we want to thank Sam Crivellaro, who was on the board of directors here in the Valley Elementary Wrestling League for 35 years, and he just retired as a treasurer. And I've known Sammy for 45, maybe 50 years, and one of the outstanding people in the sport. Just a tremendous person. We're going to miss him.
Congratulations, Sam. Well done.
All right, here we go. Ready to rock and roll at 46 pounds. Up first, Riker Ronzano of Parkland Gray against Leonardo Rizzo of Southern Lehigh.
The referee for this match is Lucas Crocious, and the side judge is Harry Geyer.
Riker Rosano from Parkland Gray is wearing the red ankle band. He's 7 years old, from 2nd grade, 21-0 this season. VEWL career record of 54-0. He's a VEWL champion and a 2-time state champion.
Tremendous. I love this. These are my favorite weights, the first four, because these young men are the little guys who have fundamentals down to a T and are really, really sharp and exciting wrestlers.
Rizzo on the board first with a takedown.
And Rizzo, Leonardo Rizzo, Southern Lehigh, 8 years old, 3rd grade, 18-0 in the season, 35-3 in his career in the VEWL. Last year, 7th place here in this tournament, a 2025 Keystone State qualifier, and his dad was a heck of a wrestler as well.
Leonardo comes in as the 2nd seed, with Riker coming in as the 1st seed, so a matchup of the top 2 seeds in this weight class.
It's going to be a really good one.
That's how we end the first period. Rizzo up 3-0. Choice is going to go to Rosano. He defers. Rizzo goes underneath.
Brian Rizzo, Leonardo's dad, in the corner, and Brian was an outstanding wrestler for Southern Lehigh. And Ronzano, returning champ. He's on top in the gray, red, and black singlet. And my buddy Kevin Hardy here drives up all the way from Virginia to do this tournament every year. That's how much he loves it. So thanks for being here.
Miss it for the world, Bob. Ronzano riding that tight waist. Comes out to the side looking for a cradle. Rizzo defends it. Heading to the side, cradle. Try it again. Nothing there. Comes back behind. Rizzo stands up. Ronzano takes him back to the mat.
I thought he was going to hit a switch right there when he went back down in the mat. He was thinking about it, but then good job by Ronzano to break him back down.
Rizzo's quick to feel when Ronzano comes out to the side to try that cradle.
Look at how solid he's. I just love this every year. These kids are so good. And Rizzo sneaks out. I think he's got the escape. Yep, there it is.
And a takedown.
So 3-point takedowns, just like in high school here in the youth wrestling ranks. And then near fall points 2, 3, and 4, just like high school.
Makes the score now 7-0 in favor of Leonardo Rizzo. And that's how the second period ends. Ronzano has choice here to start the third. He just decides to go neutral.
There you go, looking back at some of the action. Rizzo taking him back down. People love the mat return. Now the two young men on their feet, hand fighting.
Quick change of level there by Rizzo.
I was just going to comment, at that age to know to adjust your level, that's incredible. It's all about levels and angles. I wish I knew that when I was their age. Wish I knew that in high school and in college. Rizzo, nice sprawl, now trying to spin behind.
Wrestling real nicely on the edge of the mat, keeping that clock running.
Yep, controlling the head. And when we take a wide shot, you got to check out all the young wrestlers around the mats. They're really into it.
I thought it interesting. Leonardo came out.
Look at that. Look at all those young wrestlers on 3 sides of the mat.
I was saying I found it interesting. Leonardo in his walkout in the Parade of Champions, quick takedown from Ronzano. Came out with his hands in his pockets. He was so calm, cool, and collected. That takes it 7-4 or 7-3.
30 seconds left.
Looks like he's trying to set up a cement mixer here.
And it's 1.5 here in the youth wrestling ranks.
Rizzo defending nicely, holding on to that elbow. But Ronzano turns him, nothing there.
I thought he was going to go with the dump. But then Rizzo just decided to turn back and play it safe. Smart wrestling. And the young man's going to hold on for a 7-3 win in an exciting first bout of the Valley Elementary Wrestling League Championship round. Good job by both young men.
Great first match.
Brian Rizzo in the corner, pumped up. Really, really excited. Good match, good sports.
There's your champion at 46 pounds, Leonardo Rizzo from Southern Lehigh.
Now wrestling.
Southern Lehigh's done a really good job this tournament. They came into the finals in 3rd place as a team.
And the Northwestern's right behind, but that will increase Southern Lehigh's 3rd place lead on Northwestern by a little bit with that championship victory. So up next, we go to 50 pounds. George Gerasimov of Nazareth Blue taking on Carson Kubat of Whitehall. And Tim Cunningham doing a terrific job at Whitehall High School.
Yeah, they had a really good season so far. I think they were 8-2 in the league this year.
Yep.
Quick takedown by Gerasimov.
George Gerasimov, his first time in the VEWL finals. And he's wrestling Carson Kubat, who's an 8th grader at Whitehall, an 8-year-old, the 2nd grader at Whitehall, 10-1 on the year, career VEWL record 22-3, career wrestling record 60-8, a 6th place varsity appearance last year in the VEWL tournament. And he's in a little bit
has
of
this
trouble.
tied up. Walk that bar around the head. It's got at least 4 back points holding, if not a pin here. Still 12 seconds left to go.
And it looks like Kubat is going to, well, he's going to roll through. Nice job by Kubat. And George Gerasimov from Nazareth Blue, a 9-year-old 3rd grader, 14-2 on the season. Career VEWL record 14-2. Career wrestling record, ready, Kev? 202 and 68. And this is his first year wrestling on the varsity level here in the Valley Elementary Wrestling League. And he was a place winner at Keystone States and a PJW place winner last year.
Gerasimov starts on top, start the 2nd period.
Give Kubat a lot of credit for managing to slip out of those pinning combinations. He was in trouble there for a while, but terrific job to roll through and get back into the match.
Gerasimov keeps trying that one-on-one on the far side, on the bar on the near side. Kubat may have learned his lesson with that bar in the first period to put him on his back.
Dan Geyer, your referee for this match. Dan's a hard-working man on and off the mat. One of the nicest guys you'd ever meet. Just terrific. You know, all these officials are just super.
Yeah, the sports needs more officials out there. So if you're listening and looking to help, looking to give back, put on the stripes, they could use your help.
And when we did the Lehighton duels back in January, myself and George Everett, there were a couple of young officials there. So it's good to see some young blood now helping out in the officiating ranks in District 11. You would have been a good official, Kev.
I'm not sure I had the patience for
No?
that. I don't take kindly when people call me names.
Only when I call you.
Yeah, I tolerate yours.
You tolerate me.
2nd period comes to an end. Score is 7-0 in favor of George Gerasimov from Nazareth.
Kubat going to take top. He had choice. He's down 7-0. He has to get to work here.
We will be presenting
Coming out, looking for that.
Place winners their awards.
Trying to get that cement mixer. No.
That's what it looks like he's trying to set him up for, but
That's what I thought.
Gerasimov's got a great forward pressure. Keeps those feet driving.
Got his head up off the mat. Very smart wrestler. Kubat trying to wind that up.
He's trying to bounce him, but Gerasimov is not having any of that. Stalemate called. 46 seconds left in this match. Caution.
I love this because, as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, you and I have been doing this for nearly 20 years. And then as the years progress, we get to see the youngsters who matches we were calling here on BRC TV 13 Sports. We get to see them in the high school ranks and in the college ranks. And it's really cool.
It's very cool
to see that development and that, improvement throughout the years to where they are today.
Our friend Aubrey Kraser was here earlier to give out the awards. There's a 3-point takedown for Gerasimov for the girls tournament. We hope to have her on, but she had prior commitments. She's one of those ones that had one time stood in that circle that you're looking at right now.
Yep.
And now is winning medals on the world stage. She's number 1 ranked wrestler in college wrestling at this point. 4-time state champion, 4-time regional champion. Gone on to a really impressive career.
And Gerasimov, for that late reversal, goes on to win 9-0, a major decision for the young man from Nazareth Blue.
The 46-pound place winners in 8th place from Nazareth
We're going to go over to the podium for 46-pound place winners. In 8th place from Nazareth White is Graham Fisher. In Nazareth Blue, Carter Sterning is 7th place. 6th place, Roman Moyer from Bangor Gold. In 5th place, R.J. Stirring from Northampton Black. In 4th place is Hudson Smith from Parkland Red.
In 5th place from Northampton.
3rd place, Chase Peloso from Forks Township. Your 2nd place, your runner-up, is Riker Rosano from Parkland Gray. Your champion, which you'll see here in just a minute, is Leonardo Rizzo from Southern Lehigh. 46-pound Valley Elementary Wrestling League champion.
So our next matchup will be at 54 pounds, and the two young men are out there in the center of the mat. Now they go back to their corners as we continue to check out the podium. And we have Oliver Bartholomew. He'll be taking on Clayton Ciciola. So Forks Township is represented by Clayton, and Oliver Bartholomew on the mat wearing the Saucon Valley colors.
46 pounds from Southern Lehigh.
And Oliver Bartholomew, a 9-year-old fourth grader, 14-0 on the season, 44-3 on the year. He won back in 2024 in the Valley Elementary Wrestling League tournament and was 3rd last year in 2025. He's coached by Josh Weaver, Steve Minnich, Taylor Gaffney, and Chad Sherman.
Clayton Ciciola from Forks Township is an 11-year-old fifth grader, 18-0 this season. Varsity VEWL record of 37-4.
And Ciciola in the maroon and gold and black, and Oliver Bartholomew in the Saucon Valley red, white, and black. Bartholomew takes a shot in very deep.
In the waterfall position.
I just love watching how advanced they are.
He's either split the middle or come out the side, one or the other.
Jake Cole.
Looks like he's trying to split the middle. Wow, nice job.
Ciciola really, the old spin drill, and floated with him very, very, very nicely to get that takedown for Forks Township.
3-0 scores for Ciciola as they go out of bounds with just under 10 seconds left here in the first period of the 54-pound championship match.
Another great crowd here at Stroudsburg High School.
Yeah, there wasn't a place to park anywhere within blocks of this place yesterday or today.
I parked in a snowbank. Not in a snowbank, but they had a little clearing at the snowbank, and that's where I parked.
And that's how the first period ends.
Using my parallel parking skills, Kevin.
Parallel snowbank parking skills.
Yeah. Hey, they had the JV VEWL tournament last week, and a lot of these young men and women will be appearing here next year in the varsity tournament. And I understand that the tournament was very well run once again.
Ran like clockwork. Adam with Flo did a great job keeping things on time, doing all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Jake Jacobson, John Jasanowitz, all of the team for the Valley Elementary Wrestling League did a great job again this year. They do a fantastic job running this tournament.
When I was coming in today, though, one of the parents said, I wish that they would be able to do the girls' championships and the boys' championships on VRC TV 13. I said, that's something I'll talk to the powers that be about. That might be something cool to do down the road. Uh-oh, Peterson.
Maybe they could structure the tournament where we could do the girls on Saturday and the boys on Sunday. So it's not such a long day with it always being on Super Bowl Sunday weekend.
I'm okay with that because I'm not a Patriots fan or a Seahawks fan, although I do want Seahawks to win because I'm a Sam Darnold fan, and I think the Vikings should have kept him.
I think the Jets should have kept him before he even went to the Vikings.
Well, I think when he went to the Vikings, Kevin O'Connell instilled that confidence in him and kind of got him back on track. I mean, he was a first-round draft pick for a reason, you know, when he came out of college.
Well, that's one thing Jets quarterbacks do not have is confidence in the teammates around them.
Kevin's a Jets fan. I'm a Vikings fan, as you could probably tell.
Nice scramble here.
Only 3-0. All this action, too.
Bartholomew was underneath to start the second period here. And that's how it's going to end up.
And Ciciola stepped across. Bartholomew, I think, got hit in the throat. I think he needs a few minutes or
Injury time?
30 seconds or so. I couldn't tell if he got an elbow in the throat, but he's taking some injury time. And we want to thank everyone for tuning in, and especially Zach Booth, who I've known from the time in fact, I knew Zach before he was born. His dad and I were really, really good friends, and Zach has done an outstanding job at BRC 13 Sports and continues to do an outstanding job with the staff year in and year out. We want to thank Zach and the entire BRC 13 Sports crew for just killing it. Whether it's basketball, boys basketball, girls basketball, football, baseball, wrestling, they can really do it all. Do an outstanding job, so thank you.
I agree. Zach, you are the best.
Simply the best. I could sing Tina Turner for Zach. Simply the best. All right, back to action now.
Ciciola started underneath to start this third period and gets a 2-point reversal to take a 5-0 lead.
Scoreless. There was a lot of action that second period, but there was, no points scored.
Bartholomew finally ends up on the board. He's put up a lot of points this tournament, 15-0 and 18-0 in prior 2 matches.
I like that shot. Went right after the ankle. Ciciola
That's going to be 3
trying
points
to
there.
come around, but gives up the 3-point takedown. So it's
Tightens this thing up quick.
Yep, 5-4 now. As you were saying, that Bartholomew scored a lot of points. He's got to turn him here with a little over 30 seconds.
Either that or make the decision to cut him loose real quick and try another takedown. He's going to run out of time.
And what a difference that makes now that the takedown's 3 points. When you cut somebody loose instead of, cutting him loose and going for the tie,
There he goes.
you go for
loose.
the win.
Nope. Nice job by Ciciola diving back in on that leg. Bartholomew was trying to cut him loose completely. Ciciola recognized it, came back in and tied up that leg, eating up the clock.
Smart move. Terrific wrestling match. That's why these 2 young men were in the finals. But Ciciola's going to hang on for a 5-4 win and a VEWL championship.
Tough battle. Good match to watch.
Yep. Great job by Oliver Bartholomew and also Clayton Ciciola. Bartholomew gave it all he had, man. Did a good job.
Your 50-pound place winner in 8th place from Forks Township, Keegan Handler.
Okay, so now we're going to swing over to the podium. And our 8th place finisher,
7th place,
first year varsity, Keegan Handlevick Jr., who his dad, Keegan Handlevick, was a 2-time state champ for Easton. And this little guy, I think, is going to be a state champ before long. And I think he might win the Valley Elementary Wrestling Championship next year, say at 54 or maybe 58 pounds or 61 pounds. He has a bright future from Forks Township. 7th place, Bo Heller from Emmaus Gold. Good job by Bo. James Ickes from Northwestern 6th. Levi Yerger, Parkland Red, finishes 5th. Lincoln Haddad from Northampton Black 4th. Jeffrey Mastro Filippo from Emmaus Green 3rd. And then your runner-up, as you saw, Carson Kubat of Whitehall. And your winner, George Gerasimov from Nazareth Blue, with a Valley Elementary League championship. He gets the hardware and also the really nice, I guess, what would you call that? Pullover, yeah, quarter zip pullover. Those are really nice. And they're that wicking material, too.
I was talking with Little Keg's dad, Keegan Handlevick, you said was a 2-time state champion, comes from a long background of state champions in that Handlevick family. But I was telling him how just from what I've seen from last year to this year, Keegan's made some big jumps, so it's good to see him on that podium.
Yeah, and he was at JV, and he came up and wrestled varsity this year. So this is his first year wrestling varsity. I think he wrestled JVs and varsity at Forks this year. But yeah, the Handlevicks, his dad was a state champ, his uncle was a state champ, his cousin was also Cole was also a state champ.
John Troy Cole.
Yeah, yep, John. It's just List goes on and on and on. The Handlevick legacy.
Here we go, 58 pounds.
Dominic LaForge from Nazareth Blue taking on Trayson Peters, another Forks Township wrestler.
Dominic LaForge is 9 years old, 3rd grade, 17-1 this year with a record of 46-9 overall. He's placed twice in this tournament, 6th place at 46 pounds and 1st place last year at 50 pounds.
I'm just so impressed, these young men and young women. They just wrestle, and they love it. You know, they really love it. And I just dumped the water all over my score sheet.
Speaking of the young women, the girls wrestled their tournament earlier today, and it was so much fun to watch. And I got to see 2 of my favorite girl wrestlers. Both Mia Amelie was here, got to see Mighty Mia, and of course Aubrey Krazier.
Yeah, those 2 young ladies, a lot of memories in the Valley Elementary Wrestling League.
Mia's got a stack of Valley Elementary Wrestling League championships to her name.
And they set the standard, I think, for young ladies, because back then, girls were wrestling boys.
Yeah.
And Aubrey and Mia dominated. And they're dominating also on the high school and junior high levels. All right, so Trayson Peters from Forks Township, a 9-year-old 4th grader, 17-2, 72-10 in his career in the Valley Elementary Wrestling League, 112-18 his career record, and he was a 2023 VEWL 5th place finisher. In 2024, he finished 3rd in the VEWL, coached by Keegan Handlevick and Mark Thatcher.
LaForge is underneath to start the 2nd period.
Scoreless as we go to a minute here in the 2nd.
LaForge up to his feet, looking to work on those hands. Peters looking to bring him back down. Drops down to that leg. Got a 5-second count. Stalling call.
And I think I saw Tony Phillips in the building.
He was here yesterday as well. I was actually teasing Tony, wondering how they got him out here on a Saturday to work. I guess bingo was canceled, is what I said. Now the quick stand-up by LaForge. Back to that leg goes Peters again.
Yeah, he likes those purse bingo.
1-point escape LaForge. That's our first point of this match here at 58 pounds.
So Dominic LaForge strikes first with that escape. Sprawls as Peterson takes the shot. Trayson, that's a cool name. Good job by Peterson to fight off the takedown attempt by LaForge as he tried to spin behind. These youngsters are so savvy, man, at such a young age. It's incredible. Good job.
Dominic LaForge won his title last year with a 10-0 win. This one's a whole lot tighter as we're starting the 3rd period here with LaForge up 1-0 over Peters.
There you go. There's LaForge's escape, and then right away.
Control that head.
Yep.
Quick chop by LaForge on top. Same thing again. Peters tries to come back up. LaForge keeps chopping that right arm, taking that leg off a stool, so to speak.
I like what LaForge was doing there. He had the ankle trap with his leg, and then he was, as you mentioned, breaking down the near arm, doing it again, working very effectively.
LaForge started that period riding what many would consider the offside. Here's some back points. No, I can't tell if the referee's motioning. I saw one swipe. That's all I saw.
Yep, me too.
It looks like he's holding for.
Oh, is he holding for it? Official's right in front of me, so I'm having trouble seeing it. 4 back points. Injury time.
5 back points. You get 5 back points if your opponent goes into injury time like that. So that's now going to be 6-0. He's got that body scissored too. Okay, there you can see the swipes.
You see, and you can see Peterson, like his hand, he was trying to motion. So Trey Peterson was trying to motion that his shoulder. Look at the, you can see the look.
Hey, wrestlers alongside of the mat.
Yeah, Trayson Peterson, his You could see he was in pain. I keep saying Peterson, okay.
If you see where the referee stopped that for Peter's injury, that's where that extra back point comes from. If they let the clock play out and it stops there, then it's 4 back points instead of 5.
I don't know why I kept saying Peterson. Because I was looking at
the
the
move.
the
wrestling move, the Peterson.
He went for the Peterson earlier, and I said Peterson, and then for some reason that stuck in my mind. So I apologize to the Peters family, Trace and Peters. I hope he's okay.
But that's why you don't see that often, but that's why you saw the referee signal for 5 back points.
Yeah, I didn't. I was kind of caught off guard at first when I saw that. So
14 seconds to go here.
Good
Dominic
explanation.
LaForge up 6-0.
Kevin, he works that he just keeps breaking down that near arm.
See, one of the things he's doing, like I said, typically most wrestlers are ride from the other side. He's riding offside. So for a lot of young wrestlers, that throws their moves off. Typically they'll have 1 or 2 moves that they can hit off the bottom, but they're used to the top man being on the other side.
Great point, Kev.
So when I learned that as a young wrestler to ride from the opposite side for that reason.
So Trey Peters battled. I hope his shoulder's okay. But Forks Township, the young Forks Township wrestler, you could tell he was in pain on that tilt, and good job by LaForge. Excellent sportsmanship. Love to see that. Love to see that. So your winner by a score of 6-0 is a young man from Nazareth Blue, Dominic LaForge. Oh, hopefully they get some ice on that shoulder right away.
From what I've seen yesterday and today, the trainers have done an outstanding job here. We're going to go over to the podium for 54 pounds place winners. In 8th place from Southern Lehigh is going to be Esaias Spencer. Again, another great tournament for Southern Lehigh. They started this finals in 3rd. Well done. 7 guys going to be on the podium for them. In 7th place from Palmerton is Camden Unick. In 6th place, Bucko Griffin out of Pleasant Valley. In 5th place, Enzo Caleras from Pocono Mountain East. 4th place, representing Bangor Gold, is Christopher Lasco. 3rd place from Northern Lehigh is Caleb Weaver. Your runner-up from Saucon Valley, Oliver Bartholomew. And your champion from Forks Township at 54 pounds is Clayton Ciciola. Congratulations, Clayton.
And the training staff immediately took Trace and Peters over into the locker room to get some ice on. They come right out and, like you said, they're doing an outstanding job here. But the young man, you can tell, was in a lot of pain.
This next matchup is one I've been looking forward to seeing. I mentioned to you earlier, Cale Vermeulen had a battle on his hands in the semifinals against Dominic Giuffredo with a late reversal in the 3rd period to pull it out a 4-3 victory. They went into the 3rd period scoreless. Vermeulen got 2 points. Giuffredo came up with a 3-point takedown to take the lead 4-2, and Vermeulen pulled off a reversal near the end to win the match 4-3.
And Cale Vermeulen won a championship last year here at 61 pounds, and now he's taking on Boston Probus of Northampton Black, a 12-year-old 6th grader, 12-2 on the season, 96-5 overall. 2023 first place VEWL winner at 46 pounds, 2nd at 50 pounds in 2024, and 2025 a 3rd place finisher at 54 pounds.
Something tells me you're going to see these two in finals for the next 10 years. Cale Vermeulen, a 10-year-old 5th grader, is 15-1 this season, 84-8 in the VEWL, with a career record of 380 wins and 138 losses. He's been a finalist 3 times and won 2 VEWL championships so far.
And you see he was trying the cement mixer, but Probus knew it was coming and was able to fight it off.
Well, Probus being from Northampton has probably seen a few of those in his wrestling room. Vermeulen in on that leg, looking to double up, trying to reach that far ankle.
I'm sorry, yeah, Probus was trying for that. And then Vermeulen was able to fight that off, as you mentioned. Probably sees that a lot, especially if you're in the Lehigh Valley. And Northwestern, you want to talk about a great sports program. Their feeder programs are terrific. wrestling, football, field hockey, soccer. How about them winning 3 state championships last year?
It is amazing what a good feeder program will do for your team.
And a great girls soccer program too. So they had a girls soccer state championship, a boys soccer state championship, and a football state championship.
I was talking with Jake Jacobson about that yesterday, about how important it is to have a solid feeder program. Cradle here by Vermeulen, broken up by Probus.
Probus fighting it off.
And how important it is for future success at the high school level when everybody's on the same page, starting down here. Probus trying to headlock. Vermeulen still got Probus by the head. Hipping in, he's got a headlock of his own.
Whoa, rolled him through.
Rolled through by Probus for a reversal.
Wow.
First point scored here in the second period. Roughly 35 seconds left to go by Boston Probus of Northampton.
That was a tremendous exchange right there.
2 really solid wrestlers here.
Now Probus coming out front. Going to try to see a cement mixer here again.
It's possible. Looks like he's trying to set it up.
Vermeulen knows it's coming though.
See that bounce happen, you know it's coming. When we talk about that bounce, typically you're going to bounce his head off the mat and then throw from there. And that's how we end the second period, score 2-0 in favor of Boston Probus from Northampton. Vermeulen's going to choose the neutral position to start the third period. There's that headlock, roll through, reversal by Probus.
That was terrific. That was
Great
really
hips.
And that was all instinctual. He just
Comes a headlock,
feel.
try again.
Yep, it was feel. He just felt it was there and then rolled through and got the reversal.
Vermeulen's in deep on that single. Trying to cut across. Probus fighting it off really well.
Coming up on a minute left in regulation.
Vermeulen's trying to come out the back in that waterfall position.
Probus, though, hanging on to that ankle and both ankles.
Vermeulen's got to put his weight back on that ankle and pin it down.
Stalemate. Good call.
Really good match. 2-0, 44 seconds left. Third period. 61-pound championship bout. Now this is a prime example of what you were talking about earlier, where we've seen these 2 young men in these finals for a third and fourth time here, and every year they just get better and better.
They went with the whizzer, and then he converted it into a headlock, and then rolled through, and then got the takedown, and then looks like Vermeulen might come out and get a reversal. So
it's at 5-2 in favor of Boston Probus. Time's running out. We're under 10 seconds.
Some great exchanges in this match.
58-pound place winner.
You hear the level picking up in the gym. The crowd's really enjoying this one.
Place winners to the awards area.
Quick bar, looking for some back points. Turned him, but Probus rolled through.
You see the presence of mind to roll through, and then just
Vermeulen wanted back points, but they just weren't there.
Probus did just enough to basically stay vertical. Terrific
There you have
bout. Wow, a lot of excitement in that one. That was terrific.
5-2 victory in favor of Boston Probus from Northampton Black.
In 8th place, from Bethlehem Catholic.
So our 58-pound place winners, as we pan over to the podium. In 8th place, Gabriel Vaughn of Bethlehem Catholic, Catasauqua. Ryder Levin of Parkland Red, or Lavin from Parkland Red, 7th. Blaine Ronzano from Parkland Gray, 6th. Max Grubb of Emmaus Green finished 5th. Grayson Snyder of Northwestern was a 4th place finisher. Dakota Elliott of Delaware Valley, 3rd. Trayson Peters of Forks Township finished 2nd. And Dominic LaForge, your champion at 58 pounds for Nazareth Blue.
Fourth place from Northwestern, Grayson Snyder.
This next matchup should be a good one as well. You see Owen Zimmerman representing Delaware Valley, a 9-year-old in 4th grade, is 11-2 this year, 22 wins, 3 losses. Placed second last year, but he also had a really tough fight in the semifinals against Zeke Snyder from Lehigh. Went into the third period 0-0. Zeke Snyder escaped, went up 1-0. Zimmerman came through with a takedown late in the third period to win the match. Really, really, really fun semifinal match story.
The impressive thing is now, this is Delaware Valley up in Milford. Milford, Pike County. I mean, that's a hike. That's a long trip. So I give them a lot of credit for coming all the way down and being a part of the Valley Elementary Wrestling League. That's really cool. They always have a really good high school wrestling program at Del Val as well.
And that's why, because they're willing to scrap with anybody. They want to be the best. They wrestle with the best.
Up. Looked like he was going to get the dump, but a good sprawl by the Warrior. And speaking of Warriors, Aiton Paul is a Pocono Mountain East 10-year-old 4th grader. 13 wins and no losses this year, 22-1, and then his career wrestling record, 500 wins and 150 losses. Tyrant dual champion this year too. But
for those watching today, you're wondering which one's which, because they're both red and black. Paul is the one with the red ankle band, and Zimmerman is wearing the green ankle band.
So, Aiton Paul, 500 wins. That's incredible. And 150 losses. That's 650 matches, and he's, just not even double digits in terms of
that's a
his age.
Whole lot of matches for a young kid.
That's incredible.
First period ends scoreless, 0-0. Looks like Paul gets choice and defers. Bartholomew's going to choose to go underneath to start the second period.
501.
Zimmerman, excuse me.
So he is double digits, a 10-year-old with 650, now 651 matches.
It's 50 matches a year from the womb.
That's incredible. So probably a good assumption that he wrestles all year round.
Yeah, I would say.
If you added up how many times I wrestled in wrestling practice and matches and tournaments in my lifetime, I don't even think I hit 125. I'm sorry. If you add practices in, I'm over 1,000. But to have 650 dual meets, Kev, that's incredible.
Stall call.
Wow, first time we've seen that. But Paul is on top.
I think he called him for pushing him out of bounds.
And Owen Zimmerman on the bottom, scoreless. So stall warning issued by Greg Geiger.
Zimmerman got to his feet, worked to the edge of the mat, just like he is here. This time Paul brings him back down cleanly. Out of bounds they go again. 30 seconds to go, second period. 64-pound weight class. Score is 0-0. Nice tilt try here. Still perpendicular. Back trip.
Kev, these young men so evenly matched and very similarly built too. About the same size, obviously the same weight.
It's not just the uniforms that are confusing.
Right.
And the second period ends scoreless. Choice is going to go to Paul this period. Paul's choosing neutral. He said, if I'm going to win, I'm going to win from feet.
Paul has the the headgear that protects the top of the head.
Paul scored a lot of points in this tournament too. He's had a tech fall at 17-1 and 9-3 decision in the semifinals against Communal from Bangor. Working that front headlock.
Stalemate. And again, I want to issue an apology to the Peters family for calling their son a wrestling move.
Peterson.
Yeah, but Trayson did a good job. That Forks program is a terrific feeder program for Easton High School, Palmer Township as well, and St. Anthony's.
Well, we were talking about Keegan Hanlevick earlier. He's stepped up to be one of the coaches on that team, and they put together a really solid year this year as a team.
Yep, varsity and JV.
Awards area.
So 42 seconds, still scoreless. Paul is a stalling warning. That's it.
You know, we've talked about Aubrey Crazier earlier. She was part of a Forks team a number of years ago. So Dave Amelia was the coach there for quite a few years. They've done a really good job down there in Forks Township.
Oh, nice. Zimmerman almost had Paul fought it off.
Trying to step over.
Almost had him in trouble, and Paul said, uh-oh.
Looking to cradle. Not there.
15 seconds, coming down to crunch time.
Let's get that three-quarter Nelson. He slips that leg in. There it is. Takedown. He slipped that left leg in. That makes it a takedown. Now he turns him.
Wow. Came down to a late takedown. Good job by both wrestlers.
What an
exciting
intelligent
match.
move by Ellen Zimmerman, slipping that leg in and securing that takedown with a handful of seconds left in that match. Great match.
Terrific. It breaks my heart when I see how upset the kids get because they put so much into it, but their future is so bright. But at that moment, you don't realize that. You're just upset you lost.
Here's a look. Watch Bobby slips that leg in, turns him over. That's a three-point takedown. The second he slipped that leg in, made it a takedown.
Seventh place from Palmer Township, Hayden Rodriguez.
We're going to go to the medal stand for 61-pound place winners. Cole Eagers from Penargil is your 8th place finisher. In 7th place is Caden Rodriguez from Palmer Township. 6th place at 61 pounds, Valentino Shoup from Lehighton. 5th place from Wilson is Braylon Morris. 4th place, Dominic Giffredo from Bangor Gold. 3rd place,
I'll tell you,
Giovanni
Kevin.
Gentile.
Don't mean to interrupt you, but the Goffredos, man, that's a wrestling name and football name up in the slate belt.
Yeah.
Years and years and years. The Goffredos.
Absolutely.
In 3rd place,
3rd place is Giovanni Gentile from Nazareth Blue. Carol Vermeulen is your runner-up from Northwestern. And Boston Probus is your 61-pound champion from Northampton Black. Well done, gentlemen.
All right, getting ready to come up on the 67-pound final. Charlie Cosenza of Bangor Gold against Kaysen Taff of Nazareth White. Bangor Gold already has the tournament team title wrapped up, and they were the regular season Valley Elementary Wrestling League champions. So that team from the slate belt loaded.
Charlie Cosenza from Bangor Gold is 11 years old. He's in the 6th grade. 13-1 this year. Finished 3rd, 2nd, and 3rd at the Valley Elementary Wrestling League.
And Taft did not waste any time. Shot in immediately and got the takedown right off the whistle. And Kaysen Taft of Nazareth White, 11-year-old 5th grader, 17-1, 88-6 in the VEWL, 249-52 in his career. 2021, a 2nd place finish. 2022, 2023, he won the VEWL. 2024, he finished 2nd, a 5-time finalist, and he wants to chalk up another championship to make it a 3. Not a three-peat, but a trifecta.
Yeah, he wrestled Hunter Vermeulen in last year's finals, who Hunter will see in the next weight class.
I love it, when that wrestling translates to families and that family legacy, like with Leonardo Rizzo and his dad Brian was a heck of a high school wrestler, and then Handlevick, you know, Keegan Jr., his dad and uncle and grandfather, and just it's really cool to see that, the Remulans. And
well, even just a couple weight classes ago, we heard the name Dad, right, on the medal stand.
Yep.
That's been a staple in wrestling in the Lehigh Valley for decades.
Yep, Deer of Parkland.
First period ends, score 3-0 in favor of Taft. Taft starts this period up top.
Now you're seeing Taft do what LaForge did in his match, but he's on the starting side and not the opposite side. But he was, you know, cracking down and breaking down that the arm, support arm.
Nice movement on the bottom by Cosenza, trying to turn and face him. Taft is riding tough.
Cosenza trying to get out.
Now head in the side, trying to lock up the cradle. Cosenza says no way. Sit and spin.
Taft got a little high, and then Cosenza comes around trying for that reversal now.
He's in good position here. He can double up. There it is, reversal. Well, no, he's still got a hold of that leg.
There it is.
It is.
So a 3-2 match here in favor of Case and Taft. 30 seconds to go here in the second period.
67-pound championship bout. Taft comes up to his feet. Cosenza takes him back down. Taft tries to come up again. Cosenza takes him back down. Got that bar on the near side. Out of bounds they go. Nice scramble here. 14 seconds left.
These kids are tough. People don't understand, man. When you wrestle, you have to be tough.
Well, you know the old saying, after you've wrestled, everything in life is easier.
Yep, Dan Gable.
Cosenza's got that ankle trapped. Looking to elongate here. Stretch him out a little bit. That's how the second period ends. 3-2, favor of Taft. Choice is going to go to Taft. Taft's going underneath. Cosenza's been riding really tough so far. See if he's going to trap that ankle again. He's got that bar on the near side. A little bit high. I'm going to see more of that weight in the middle of his back instead of up top like that. Now he's got that one-on-one secured. Trying to run it. He's a little bit high, Bob. That's why he's not getting the leverage he needs to turn him over.
He's got to go back.
He wants the weight basically where the name is on the back of the singlet. That's where he wants most of the weight when running that bar.
So the escape gives Cosenza a 2-point lead, and now Taft is trying to pop his head out.
Gives Taft a 2-point lead.
I'm sorry.
4-2.
Half a 2-point lead off that
Looks like he's going to get a takedown here any second. Reach across and grab that far ankle. You're going to get a stalemate here if he doesn't.
Half came right out first period off the whistle, got the takedown. Cosenza, the reversal in the second period. Now the escape by Taft, and Cosenza's trying like crazy to get that takedown, but Taft hanging on.
Taft doing a good job of killing the clock and comes through with a takedown of his own.
Takedown. Good job though by both wrestlers.
7-2.
You know, I hate to see anybody lose because they're all just such great kids and outstanding wrestlers. But Case and Taft, your 67-pound champ by virtue of a 7-2 decision.
Place winners.
Here you go. See that takedown
from Nazareth White.
right off the whistle.
In 7th place from Liberty.
So as we go over to the podium, your 64-pound 8th place finisher from Nazareth White, Rise Sparks. Joshua Rivera of Liberty, your 7th place finisher. Marco Comunal of Bangor Maroon 6th. Cameron Kuncio of Parkland Red, a 5th place finisher. Zeke Snyder from Lehighton, a 4th place finisher. Wrestling families down there in Lehighton, the Snyders, good people. Tyler Foreman, Bangor Gold, 3rd. Eton Paul of Pocono Mountain East finishes 2nd, and Owen Zimmerman of Delaware Valley, your champion in an exciting, very exciting match. As those two went head-to-head, and congratulations to Owen Zimmerman, who, by virtue of a takedown late in the match, held on to win 3-0.
In 2nd place.
We're going to see the second of the VEWL brothers, Hunter, champion at 61 pounds last year by way of a pinfall in the 2nd period against Kason Taft, who we just saw.
Owen Zimmerman.
He's going to take on Johnny DeFredo from Bangor Gold.
Now wrestling at the 70-pound weight class at the red anklet from Bangor Gold, Johnny Goffredo. And in the green,
Johnny's 11 years old in 5th grade. He's 16-3 this season.
Hunter VEWL. Referee John Marison, assisted by Brian Keller.
So now we have Hunter Vermeulen, who gets the takedown, 70-pounder, a 12-year-old 6th grader, 16 wins, no losses this year, 86-4 in the VEWL, and this is incredible. These kids are incredible. 454 wins, 84 losses, a 4-time varsity VEWL finalist, 2-time varsity VEWL champ, 2023-24 and 2024-25. Wow. Vermeulens are tough. Jake Jones with us, the head coach, head wrestling coach of Stroudsburg High School. Took over the program. He and Jake Jacobson and his dad Chris helps out and does a nice job. And Jake, good to have you here with us, buddy.
Yeah, it's good to be here. How you doing?
Good. How do you like your dad helping you out?
It's a dream come true.
Yeah. And your brother, he's still wrestling freestyle, right, internationally?
Yeah, he's wrestling for Team Puerto Rico. He's coaching at UPenn right now. So he's doing pretty well. He just came back from Worlds. He was out, I forget where it was, but he was out there.
He was out there. Your dad.
Bulgaria, were they? I think they were Bulgaria.
Starting with a Z.
Zagreb.
Yeah, that one.
Yes.
Zagreb, Bulgaria. Sometimes I like to send Kevin over there, but
I've never been there.
yeah, me neither. Never been to Europe. Minute to go, 5-0. Vermeulen on top of Johnny Goffredo of Bangor Gold. So Jake, what's been the biggest challenge taking over a program?
Well, just starting over. Total rebuild. Just getting the kids to buy into a whole different kind of style and philosophy of wrestling that, we grew up with. And really, that's the biggest challenge, is having the kids flip their mindset and changing how they wrestle, their style of wrestling. But we're getting there. And I would say honestly the biggest thing is the help,
Right.
just getting help from everyone.
Yeah, and Jasanowicz is very instrumental in the program, and you have one of the last Jasanowicz brother, one of the leaders in your program. I love Essington. I think he's a stud. I think he can make some noise in the postseason, and you have a lot of good young wrestlers who showed a lot of ability and have gotten better and better and better as the year progressed.
Yeah, that's been huge for us. Zion and Jack are definitely the two key leaders this year. Their work ethic it speaks for itself. But as far as everyone else, yeah, they stepped up big time this year for us. Every single kid, they just come in, and we're starting to put things together and do the things that we work on and practice all the time. So it was exciting to see. We had a really great end of the year.
Yeah, you guys really, really won a lot of matches coming down the stretch. And I know one of your teammates from back in the day, Jake Jacobson, state champ. And how's it feel? Does he ever rub it in your face that he was a state champ, or is he pretty humble?
He's pretty humble about it.
Okay. Because I can see, because I know he always used to bust your chops. And Jake Jacobson, just an outstanding young man, just a great personality and just a wonderful person, comes from an outstanding family.
Yeah, he's been huge in our room, huge help for me. It's been great, honestly. They make coaching a lot easier and a lot more fun.
I think one of the things I find most impressive when talking with both you and Jake yesterday is that what you're doing here is not just about wrestling. It's about setting these young men and young women up for life, and you're creating better men. To me, that's what this sport is all about. Wins and losses are secondary when it comes to building quality human beings for life, and that's where your focus has been from what I understand. And that, I think, is going to take your program right back to the top.
And Jake, real quick, the Vermeulen brothers, they're incredible. How would you like to have them up here in Stroudsburg?
That would be awesome. We got to get some of those incredible guys. We got to build them on our team, and we're working on that. Like I said, it's total rebuild, new youth coaches, new junior high, everything's coming kind of new. So you got to give us a couple years to really get the mindset, philosophy, and style changed. But I'm looking forward to building this program up. Exactly what he said. It's not about the winning and the losing. It's about building these young men and women, making them confident and just better people. That's really what it's about. And that's all coaching is about. Winning, losing championships, that doesn't matter. How you go out and compete, how you represent yourself, and on and off the mat, that's what matters. And that's what we preach every day.
Well, keep doing that. We're going to jump to the podium here at 67 pounds. 67 pounds, 8th place finisher, Jackson Abraham from Parkland Red. Owen Kelly in 7th place from Northwestern. Liam Babcock from Del Val came in at 6th. Gage O'Griffin, Pleasant Valley in 5th place. Nolan Kubat from Whitehall came in at 4th. Nolan Sugra from Northampton Black in 3rd place. Charlie Cosenza from Bangor Gold is your runner-up. And your champion at 67 pounds from Nazareth White is Kason Taff.
And in that last matchup at 70 pounds, Hunter Vermeulen came out from Northwestern and got the takedown right off the whistle, and then went on to pile up 5 more points throughout the match to shut down an excellent wrestler in Johnny Goffredo from Bangor Gold to win a championship. So Hunter's brother, Cale, finished 2nd, and Hunter walks away with the championship trophy.
This should be a good matchup. Another wrestling name in the area, Herzog against Eddie Cuff from Nazareth White.
And in the red ankle band from Northern Lehigh, Kelson Herzog.
Yep, Northern Lehigh, the Herzog name big down there, and Kelson Herzog, 19-0 this year, 87-24 in the VEWL. Past VEWL honors, he was 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, and now he's looking for a championship today.
Eddie Cuff with a takedown here to start this match off. He's 11 years old, 5th grader, 18-1 this season, 98-6 VEWL record. His career wrestling record: wins a lot, losses a little. He's been third, and first in this tournament, and champion at just about a lot of every other tournament he's been in. PJWs, Keystones, Mawas, etc., etc.
So Jake, now you were a youth wrestler, and watching this match now with Eddie Cuff and Kelson Herzog, what do you see when these young guys come out here and do battle?
Honestly, I just look at their positioning and how they just continue to wrestle. It's exciting to watch. And you were just naming off all those accomplishments. My goodness, that was a lot.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, and their fundamentals at this age are incredible.
Oh, I know.
Well, Jake mentioned it. He and I talked about this yesterday, right? Like, it's not necessarily at this age about teaching moves. It's about teaching position, right? That's one of the things you shared with me yesterday that you're working with your team on, and that's what you're looking for when you see these young guys right now, right?
Yeah, who can maintain their stance, how they're moving and covering their hips, what they're doing on bottom, staying under the arms on top, and just going forward.
It's impressive. And Kevin was talking earlier, the one match, the young man, Dominic LaForge, who went on to win a championship, he was frustrating the wrestler that he was up against because he was on the opposite side, breaking down the arm, right? trapping the ankle. And the young man he was wrestling couldn't get used to him being on the opposite side because, as Kevin pointed out, a lot of the moves come from that side when a wrestler, on top lines up on the left. So, to be able to do that at that age and maintain that throughout the match, that's pretty impressive.
Right, and that's a lot of drilling right there. Just in practice, making sure he's getting reps in on both sides, not just one. That's something we do a lot with our team is, you take 5 shots to the left leg, you got to take 5 shots to the right leg.
Yep.
Even if it doesn't look good, you still got to practice it because eventually it'll work. And if you do that at a young age, as you get older, that practicing those 5 reps every day, it builds up.
Yep, and Trayson Peters of Forks Township, a heck of a wrestler, and he was frustrated throughout that match by LaForge, who was doing that on the opposite side. So an injury time here. We'll be back. We'll take a quick timeout and come right back with more outstanding youth wrestling right here on BRC 13 Sports.
Talk about what you're seeing.
All right, back to live action, and Herzog seems to be okay. Was tended to, and Kevin was talking about it earlier. The training staff doing an outstanding job at this tournament. Everybody's back, looks to be healthy. Brian Keller, your referee, Dan Geyer, your mat judge. Some of the best in District 11 up here at this Valley Elementary Wrestling League tournament. And these are 2 of them. A couple years ago, I called Brian Keller, looked like Mark Getz. We were announcing the District 2 Wrestling, District AA Wrestling Championships. And I had called Brian Keller Mark Getz. And Mark Getz, Brian's dad called and said, "You wish you looked that good," or something, and I couldn't believe I messed it. I'm like, "Oh my God, no, that's Brian Keller." And they've never let me live that down. So
I can see it. They look alike.
they do right from a distance, and it was like we were up high. It was across the gym. It was, it was an honest mistake. But yeah, Brian never lets me live that down. And then you have other outstanding people up here like Brandon Mahalko, who was a wrestler at Liberty and had a state championship, and he got jobbed. I don't want to pick on the referees, but he did. He got jobbed. He had the state championship. He should have had that. But then he went on to do big things at East Stroudsburg University, and now he's an outstanding and has been an outstanding official. And his daughter won a VEWL championship.
Yep.
So
she looked good this weekend.
It's so cool, right, to see that and how girls wrestling has grown, Jake. It's just been incredible.
Huge sport growing right now. Probably the fastest growing sport I could see. And it's exciting to watch them.
And now, here you go. If you're Kelson Herzog, what are you doing? Because Cuff's been the aggressor.
You're down 2, so you kind of want to cut him, but he didn't really do that here. I'm not really sure what he was thinking. Maybe he could turn him. But in this situation, 26 seconds left. Takedown's going to tie it. So if you can't turn him, cut him. But I don't see him cutting him.
I think you're right, Jonesy. I think he's looking to turn him, but I'm not sure.
He hasn't been close yet, and I don't know. He wasted a whole minute 30. I don't see it happening now. Maybe his best position was top. I don't know. I would have tried to at least get a takedown.
Yep, that's how it's going to end.
He'll learn.
Point win.
He'll learn from this, and this is the neatest thing. At this level, they're going to learn. They're going to learn new things, and we always talk about you learn from losses. And he's a Herzog. He's a tough kid. He'll come back and be even more of a stud going forward. So Eddie Cuff wins the championship 3-1 for Nazareth Way.
Luckily for them, they're young. It doesn't really matter at this level.
But at that age, though, man, when you lose, it
hurts.
You know?
Wrestling's an emotional sport. It definitely hurts.
All right. So we're going to go to the podium very quickly and recognize the young men who hit the podium, the top 8 finishers at 70 pounds. Rue Gerhardt from Pocono Mountain East, 8th. Mason Dredge from East Side, Salisbury Township, 7th. Evan Pokovitz from Northampton Black, 6th. Ezekiel Hallman from Saucon Valley, 5th. Alexander Gerasimov of Nazareth Blue, 4th. Salvatore Rizzo, Southern Lehigh, 3rd. Johnny Gaffredo of Bangor Gold, 2nd. And your winner from Northwestern, Hunter Vermeulen. Gerasimov, his brother,
In third place from
won a championship. George.
Rizzo.
And his younger brother, or maybe his older brother, Alexander, finishes 4th. And then you see Rizzo's and Gerasimov's. And it's really neat when it's all in the family. You, especially the Joneses, started with your dad. Chris was a stud. And then your brother. Now, who's the better wrestler, though? Was it you or your brother?
I mean, Shane's still wrestling, so I got to give it to him. He's on the world level right now.
Yeah, you guys, I remember doing your wrestling matches. You guys were all so much fun. All right, so now at 76-pound, Ryder Limpar of Northampton Black against Mason Gear of Parkland Red. Northampton, of course, the black and
Mason's got to get back on
orange.
the chin.
Yep. And then Mason Gear, Parkland Red. He's in red, white, and gray.
Limpar is 11-year-old, 6th grader, 18-0 this season, 94 career wins.
Wow.
He's been a VEWL champion here before, one of 19 returning champions in this tournament.
And
19 returning champions.
19 returning champions.
Wow.
Mason Gear of Parkland Red, a 12-year-old 6th grader, 16-0, 65-6 in his VEWL career. Past honors 2023, 2024, 2025, 3-time runner-up. So the young man looking for his first VEWL championship.
Corrected myself, there's 9 returning champions,
I was
19
gonna say.
undefeated wrestlers.
19
I had my numbers
lot.
backwards.
Good thing Kevin's not an accountant.
19 undefeated wrestlers in these finals.
And a scoreless first period.
Going to defer.
Now, Jake, at this level, right, at this age, you know, they're 12 years old, and Gear has finished second 3 times. Do you think he's feeling the pressure in his last year?
Probably a little bit. I think they're all feeling the pressure. I mean, you got the spotlight on, kids are around the mat, you're in the finals of the tournament. You know, there's always pressure. But he has the experience. He's been in here, this is his 4th time now?
4th time, yep.
So he's got the experience with him. I was watching him warm up, and he seems like a fiery young kid. So he might just be, you know, I think he's got a good head, and he's going to be all right.
I would say he's on a mission. I mean, he met one of the VEWL's best all-time champions last year in the finals, in Mia Mealy, and was pinned in 45 seconds. So I'm sure that's still stuck in his head. Now, what most people don't realize is Mia Mealy's got more championships than any other wrestler in this league. So there's no fault in losing that match.
No.
Yeah, and she's been wrestling from the time I think she could walk. You know, her dad Dave was an outstanding high school wrestler, and you know, her brother Nico, another tremendous wrestler at Bethlehem Catholic. So
What's cool about this tournament is you see so many like past champions, like they come back, they watch, they coach. It's really cool to see. Aubrey Kaiser was here. She was helping out and handing the medals out. I think Bethlehem Catholic had one of their junior high guys come down and help out. It's really cool to see all like the guys that came from this league come back and watch and help and coach.
yeah, and you mentioned Aubrey Kaiser, and she's a young lady who is just incredible, just an incredible person at Lehigh. A 2-point reversal now for
Limpar.
Ryder Limpar.
Yeah, he might be feeling a little pressure now. Crowd's getting into it.
3rd period, here's that reversal. Tried back trip, slipped off.
Lost
Going
his
on
balance
his
a
feet.
little bit.
All right. Takedown puts him in the lead.
I love that, the 3-point takedown.
Oh, it's huge.
Instead of going for ties all the time, now you go for wins.
That was one of those scenarios, Jonesy, that you were talking about, though, with position. He was in bad position and gave up the reversal. And now the takedown.
And Dan Geyer, Tony Phillips, the officials and the match judge for this one. So still a little over a minute to go.
Down 5 now.
Yep, Mason Gear is going to put it in high gear now.
Yep. He's kind of in a decent position if he can get his arm out. Try to go over under here, but looks like he's just going to hold on to the arm.
It's just burning up the clock right now, which is not his friend.
Stalemate, good call by Dan Geyer. Give them a fresh start, both wrestlers.
Now the Northampton guy, you just got to jam him forward, stay under his arms, and watch out for any rolls.
And Jake, we talk about it all the time. Kevin and I have been doing this for almost 20 years, and it's amazing to see how many young men and young women came through the Valley Elementary Wrestling League and went on to do big things in high school, college, and on the world stage. Gear trying to get out. Coming back for a reversal, 30 seconds left. Needs a big move. Oh.
Got that tight around his neck.
He sure does.
Looked like MMA there for a minute. He had that really tight.
Hey, I like it.
Mason saying, I might not win, but he's going to know I was there, right?
Yep. And sometimes that's all right. That's what you want.
Up.
Hip up.
He had to do it, though. I like the effort by Gear. Had
That's
to go for it.
Great fight. Poor kid. 4-time finalist.
Great job by Gear, though. Had to go for it.
Yep.
Had to go.
He went down fighting.
Yep.
That's what you like to see, right?
That's
Your guy
exactly
may not win, but he went down fighting.
Yep.
Very proud of him. His effort. Heartbreaking for the young man, but
Don't throw your head here.
There's your champion, 5-0.
very proud of him.
76 pounds, Ryder Limpar from Northampton.
The 73-pound place winner. In 8th place.
Kevin's trying to shuck his responsibility, Jake, you know?
Yeah.
Angler.
All right, we're going to go to the podium here for the 73-pound place winners. In 8th place, representing Parkland Gray, is Jacob Spangler. Riker Bigelow from Northampton Black is in 7th. Jackson Schwartz from Bethlehem Catholic/Caddy is 6th place finisher. Lucas Sutton from Palmerton is 5th. Nicholas Petricelli from Northwestern is in 4th. Max Moyer from Bangor Gold is 3rd. Kelson Herzog from Northern Lehigh was your runner-up, and your champion at 73 pounds, representing Nazareth White, was Eddie Cuff.
Okay, so Jake, we'll keep you for one more match. I know you have things you want to do, and you guys sponsor the tournament or running the tournament, and I know they put extra responsibility on your shoulders because you're the new Stroudsburg head coach, you know, so, you know, you got to be the leader, right? You got to be the leader. But really, I think the program is heading in the right direction, especially with you and Jake and your dad, and you have that the infusion of young strategies and talent and those kinds of things. And you guys look at things differently from when we used to wrestle. Back when we wrestled, you never scrambled, hardly ever. Right now, guys put themselves in position where they give up the leg so they can get into the scramble and that kind of stuff. We were all, basics.
We're trying to get away from that though. We're still teaching the sprawl, whizzer, cross face, ankle. Just because we get in trouble in there. We don't have the kids at that kind of level and style where they can just kind of flip around and hip all over the place.
So you're teaching fundamentals, basically.
We're very basic fundamentals.
Position.
Yes.
And Brady Childs of Pocono Mountain West, 80 pounds in the blue and white and silver singlet. 11-year-old fifth grader, 16-0 on the season.
Pop your arm out.
57 career VEWL wins, 78 wins in his career. First place novice in 2022, 2024 advanced to day 2 of the top 12 and 6th place last year, and he's in a little bit of trouble at the hands of Alec Medina.
Referee Tony Phillips holding 4 right now. Alex Medina is 12 years old, 6th grader, 22-0 this year.
Wow.
One of the West coaches was saying this is like their first finalist in 9 years or something.
The last finalist they had was the Wagner brothers. They had all 3 of them were in the finals here at one point or another, but that's the last finalist they had.
So Medina with the takedown and 4-point near fall.
They've got 2 finalists this year.
That's good to see, though. It's really good to see. And Pocono Mountain West, when we did 2 matches, Pocono Mountain West, one here against Stroudsburg on alumni night, and then one against East Stroudsburg. And Pocono Mountain West, their girls, they have like 35 girls.
Wow, that's
They
impressive.
have a big team.
Yep.
They have a big team. They're doing good things there too.
Yep.
It's exciting to see. I think this area, Monroe County, we've been taking our lumps. We haven't been what we used to be. but I think we're starting to work back to that, and it's exciting to see. We all work together. We try to, wrestle around as much as we can in the off season and do things together. Their coach Kloiber and Poole, they're great guys, and we kind of talk and figure things out together. Just we're trying to get better together.
Yep,
it's not
exactly.
Us getting better, it's everyone.
Right, because the mountain teams were awesome back in several years ago. Like even when you and Jake and Jake Jacobson and those guys all wrestled, you guys were. And then there's been some down years, and I know some reporters and people in the Valley think that Monroe County's soft, and I know that upset Jake last year, and it's not the truth. But there are ebbs and flows, Things happen, things change, different scenarios, kids coming out for wrestling, but then kids going out for lacrosse, whatever. And there's a shift sometimes, and I think Monroe County will get back.
It'll definitely get back. We just need our guys to kind of stay, and it's hard, like we talked about the Wagner brothers being the last guys in the finals for the West, right? And where are they right now?
Northampton.
It's
and
you got to
college,
get them to stay, but in their case, why would you stay when you don't? Your program's not really there yet, and you have decorated programs out in Lehigh Valley, that you could choose from. So,
that's been around that way for decades.
Yeah.
For the longest time, the talent coaching-wise was in the Lehigh Valley. When you looked in the mountain region, Coach Spinner was the king of the hill here, right? Now that's changing now with some of the young coaches like yourself being up here in this region, and that's important because that's how the kids are going to get better, learning from a quality coach.
Yep.
And coaches who are teaching these young men that wrestling is hard. Yeah, life is hard. We're here to prepare you for life. So I applaud you again for what you guys are doing. Keep doing what you're doing.
And down 10-1, though. Child isn't giving up. He keeps taking shots at Medina.
He's attacking.
Yep. I like to see that. See, I love that. That never give up attitude, and that's the one thing. I got the snot beat out of me in college, but I never gave up,
College is different.
Especially when you only wrestle 1 year of high school.
Stalemate called.
And everybody's like, Bob, don't go out. You only have a year of experience. But I went out because I wanted to get back into it. I was an idiot as a kid and thought I was spiting my coach by not wrestling my last several years. And I regret it. So in college, I went back out. And I tell you what, Jake, it was the best thing I ever did. I learned a lot about myself as a person, and Kevin was talking before about developing as a young man.
Get height.
Nice job. See?
Point takedown, 2-point reversal.
Score the last point. It's all you can do at this point. That's good.
Yep. Shows he never gave up.
Now finish on top.
That's the beauty of wrestling. If you don't give up on it, you can go far and do some great things. My brother is a perfect example of that. I mean, he never placed in states, never went to the NCAA tournament, but he's wrestling for the world team right now.
That's incredible.
That is impressive.
It's incredible. And if you don't give up, good things happen. That's rare in any sport.
Well, Jonesy, again, you're doing a fabulous job with your team. Your team here has done a fabulous job with this tournament, and we want to thank you for joining us here on the Blue Ridge Cable broadcast of the Valley Elementary Wrestling League Championships.
Thanks for having me.
Well done.
And thanks for hosting. You guys doing that. We love it coming up here,
John runs a good tournament.
Yep, he does.
Our team and parents,
Yep.
our program, we do everything we can.
Yep, the Sonowitz family, that's a great family right there.
They're awesome. It's a blessing
Thanks
to work
again.
with them.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Tell your dad I said hello, okay, my friend?
Yes, please do.
Will do. He's probably listening.
So at 76 pounds, your eight placers over at the podium. Pierce Steiner of Bethlehem Township, 8th. Tucker Hosier from Northern Lehigh, 7th. Ross Zimmerman of Delaware Valley, another Del Val wrestler, finishes 6th. Cole Shirk of Saucon Valley, 5th. Cooper Kennedy of Bangor Gold, 4th. Julian Turner of Northampton Black, 3rd. Mason Gears, 2nd at Parkland Red. And Ryder Limpar wins another championship for Northampton Black.
In second place
And Mason Gear and Limpar, I think those two are going to meet again down the road.
Yeah. Mason Gear is a fighter. You got to love seeing that type of grit on your team, out there representing your school. That kid's got he's got championships in his future.
Yep. And you know, I feel badly. He's upset, but you know what? Don't despair, young man. Being in the finals 4 years in a row is really, really impressive, and you're going to be something special down the road. You are already, but you're going to just continue to improve and get better and better and better, and big things await. So don't get down on yourself.
Here we go at 85 pounds. Luke Gardner from Bangor Gold is going up against Garrett Arndt from Emmaus Green. Luke Gardner, 11 years old, 6th grader, 17-1. He won the JV tournament in 2022 and 2024. He placed 4th here. In 2025, he placed 4th here.
And Luke Gardner gets the first points for Bangor Gold, but Garrett Arndt is an 11-year-old 6th grader, 15-4 on the year. He's coached by Coach DeBellis, Coach Shea, Coach Rose, and his dad, Kenny Arndt. Really want to thank them for running over the sheets to us. That really saves a lot of wear and tear and stress.
First period comes to an end. Luke Gardner holds a 3-0 lead for Bangor Gold. Arndt wins the choice.
Kevin, you know what we haven't seen today?
What's that?
A fall.
No, we have not. And typically, we see quite a few of them.
Yes,
here this
especially in the lower weights. And then these kids, that just goes to show you how much these kids keep improving year after year after year. Arndt on top, throws the legs in. But Gardner was able to escape, so he gets the 1-point escape to take a 4-0 lead here in the second period.
Last year we had 6 pins.
And a takedown right off the bat. Yep, not one here today.
Wow, crazy.
80-pound place winners.
Stalling warning against Arndt.
Greg Geiger, the official of this matchup. Can you believe it's Super Bowl Sunday already? Where'd the time go? It just seemed like we were starting out wrestling season a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, well, you know, when you get to be your age, years fly fast, Bob.
I know. 82, not too bad, you know?
All I know is it's pretty darn cold out there the last couple of days.
Darn isn't the word. I have another word.
7-hour drive north from Virginia.
And you have back issues. How'd your back feel?
Whoa, it's cold. Although it was cold down there as well, just not quite as cold as here.
So Luke Gardner has Arndt in some trouble. Greg Geiger's counting and the period runs out, but I think, 4-point near fall to go up 11-0.
Third period, Arndt's going to choose neutral.
Oh, I see what he tried to do. He tried to, get the leg in there like Bo Nickel did years ago in the finals against
Miles Martin
from Ohio State. Put the.
We were there.
Yep. Yes, we were. That was amazing. Puts the leg in and tries to, drop the hips and throw him over, but Arndt, it slipped off and he gave up that takedown.
I think in all of my years of watching wrestling, that is the most emotion I've ever seen come out of Cale Sanderson, was that match right there.
Yeah, that would be because Martin looked like he had the takedown, looked like he had Bo Nickel in trouble.
He had Bo Nickel on his back.
Yep, looked like he was going to get the fall, and Bo Nickel just hipped up and put his leg in between Martin's legs and tossed him over on his back and got the fall, and now
there we got the same scenario.
Arndt tried it again. You can't blame him for trying it again. Hey, you got to pull out the stops, right?
Yeah, there we have our first tech fall of the finals. 17-0 with a 3-point takedown, 3-point near fall there at the end by Luke Gardner.
But I like
your champion.
I like what Garrett Arndt did though. Both times he let it fly, tried for the toss and pick up the pin.
You got nothing to lose at that point, right?
And I like it. I like that effort. Kids just give up. It's just, but he didn't give up. He battled, man. Battled.
Joseph Maturko.
We're going to go over the podium for the 80-pound place winners. In 8th place, Jalen Ortiz from Liberty. In 7th place, Joseph Maturko, Pocono Mountain East. Ian Communal, Bangor Gold, is 6th place. Colby Housel from Nazareth Blue is 5th. Chase Schwartz, Bethlehem Catholic Caddy, is in 4th place. Braden Lieberman, there's a wrestling name, Lieberman, Northampton Black, in 3rd. Brody Childs, Pocono Mountain West, is your runner-up, and Alex Medina from Forks Township is your 80-pound champion.
Good for Childs, though, in Pocono Mountain West to get a wrestler in the finals. That's really awesome. And then speaking of Communal, that's a big wrestling name up in the slate belt.
Being the voice of Lehigh wrestling, that name Lieberman's been around for a little while as well. Now that goes back a ways at Lehigh University. But I wrestled with a Mike Lieberman from East Stroudsburg. He qualified for states in track and field and wrestling. Yep. He was our 185-pounder. In fact, I was talking with him yesterday.
Poor guy.
Yeah, poor guy.
Had to talk to you. But, Lieberman, he was, we honor those, some of the greatest people in the history of Lehigh wrestling, those in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame, and he was there, and he's just such a nice guy.
I remember watching Lieberman boys wrestle at the ESU, well, it wasn't ESU Open, it was the East Stroudsburg Open many, many years ago.
All right, so now we have James McQueen here at,
Max Boyer.
Max Boyer, I jumped, picked up the wrong sheet.
Max Boyer against Lincoln Rose.
I'm getting ahead of myself here. And the young man from Emmaus Green, Lincoln Rose, gets the takedown here at 90 pounds, a 12-year-old sixth grader, 14-0 in the season, finished 7th last year in 2025, a two-time Area 14 champ, a Keystone State qualifier, and a 2025 state place winner for Emmaus Green.
Max Boyer out of Parkland Gray is 11 years old. He's a 5th grader. This record this year is 16-4. He's won the Upper Perk Championship this season, coached by Brandon Boyer and Tristan Boyd. First period comes to an end. Lincoln Rose is up 5-0. 3-point takedown, 2-point near fall. And it looks like Rose is going to go underneath to start the second period.
And these bouts are going very quickly. Not a lot of stoppages, not a lot of, going off the mat. 1 minute first period, 1.5 second and third periods.
Rose stands up, turns in. Looks like he's going to get a reversal here. There it is. 2-point reversal, takes a 7-0 lead. And he's got Boyer on his back and in trouble.
And Boyer did a great job in this tournament, winning 3 matches to get into the finals. And there's our first fall of the afternoon. 1 minute and 31 seconds.
Lincoln Rose of Emmaus Green.
And that's amazing, though. First fall of the afternoon, but Max Boyer, nothing to be ashamed of. Upset, understandably, but hey, man, you made it to the VEWL finals. You'll learn.
There it is. He's got him.
You'll learn.
He's got him tight.
From the finals, and you'll keep getting better and better and better and just go on to big things.
He did a really, really good job getting to the finals.
That's what I'm saying. He won 3 matches to get to the finals. Usually, you go 2, but he was a lower seed, and he battled all the way up and won 3 matches to make it to the finals. That's fantastic.
Started as the 8 seed, took out the 9, then took out the 1 to get to the finals.
That's amazing. So he has a lot to be proud of.
The 1 and the 4.
A lot to be proud of. So
absolutely, young man. Keep your head held high.
Hang your headgear on that, because that's a heck of an accomplishment right there. So then we'll be moving up
85-pound place winners.
95 pounds soon.
In 8th place, from Wilson, Tyrus Mano Jr. In 7th place, from Pocono Mountain West, Trace James.
Okay, we never got the 85-pound sheet.
In sixth place from Liberty, Logan Collins.
We'll just have to listen to the PA announcer here. Sorry, gentlemen.
We got the 90.
In fifth place from Nazareth Blue, Jackson Rydell.
Jackson Rydell from Nazareth Blue, 5th. We're going to steal the announcement from Mr. Spurt.
White, Brady Gallagher.
Brady Gallagher from Nazareth White finishes 4th.
In third place from Northwestern, Barber.
Mr. Barber won 3rd place for
In
Parkland.
second place from Emmaus Green, Garrett Arndt.
Well, we knew that one, Garrett Arndt.
That one we did know.
And Luke Gardner was your champ at 85 pounds.
Champion from Bangor Gold, Luke Gardner.
So we talked about we hadn't had a tech or a fall, and then the next match we have Luke Gardner with a 17-0 victory, and then the fall by Lincoln Rose to win the 90-pound championship.
There's your champion. Smiling big.
Now wrestling at 95 pounds.
Brian Sullivan going up against John Gerza.
Ryan Sullivan from Palmer Township in the green and black uniform. He's 12 years old, 6th grader, 16-0 this season, and this is his first year in the Valley Elementary Wrestling League, and here he is in the finals.
That's impressive, very impressive. And he's taking on John Gerza of Pocono Mountain East, a 12-year-old 6th grader, 36-6 in his VEWL career, 11-3 this year, 120 wins, only 18 losses. He had the most pins in the least amount of time in his VEWL tournament appearances. 5th place finish in the 2024-2025 VEWL tournament, and coached by Mike Stiff. And he's taken down by Sullivan, who scores the first points of this match here at 95 pounds. Here you go. Look at that.
Nice hip toss.
Yep, you don't see a lot of those. That was really impressive. I usually do the hair flip, you know.
I'm sure you do.
I flipped it right off my head. Here it went. Sullivan, Palmer. I'll tell you, I saw Corey Keener, the head coach of Easton High School Wrestling, who was the assistant under Coach Jody Karam the last couple of years, and Corey's doing an outstanding job of that Easton program, and I'm sure he's very pleased to see youngsters from Palmer Township and Forks Township. So, really likes what he sees here today. Okay. On their feet here in this second period to start. And just want to jump back. They brought us over the sheet and apologize, but she's doing a heck of a job, and she's handling a lot of the responsibilities. But Tyrese Battle, the junior of Wilson, finished 8th, or Tyrus Battle Jr. of Wilson finished 8th at 85 pounds. Trace James of Pocono Mountain West 7th. Logan Collins of Liberty 6th. Jackson Friedel of Nazareth Blue 5th. Brady Gallagher, Nazareth White 4th. Trapp Farber of Northwestern was 3rd, and then, as I mentioned, Arndt 2nd. Gardner finished as the champ.
You'll see the score is now 6-0 in favor of Sullivan with a beautiful double leg blast for another takedown. Out of bounds they go with approximately 47 seconds left here in the second period of this 95-pound championship bout. Sullivan's had 2 really nice takedowns so far. This young man's got some great strength here.
Ooh. Gerza was almost out, did a nice, kind of a Gambie roll. I think he was trying to grab and do like a side roll, but it ended up a Gambie roll, and he lost control of the arm and the wrist, and Sullivan was able to maintain control.
Looks like Sullivan is just a little bit too strong for him.
And a little taller, too. That length helping him out a lot.
Back trip brings him back down after a stand-up by Garza. Garza back up again. Takes him forward this time. Mat return. Garza trying to stand up one more time. Sullivan comes off to the side, turns him right as the period ends, scores 6-0.
Brandon Mahalko, your referee for this matchup.
Garza's getting choice, doesn't take top. You see a little bit of frustration setting in on the side of Garza. Stalling warning.
He's tying his shoe.
I think he hit him with a stalling warning because he untied the shoe to tie the shoe. Quick chop.
Sometimes it gets loose, you know, and you have to
Sometimes
do
that's
that.
true. But Brandon Mahalko was having none of that. Looking to set up a three-quarter Nelson. Not sure if Sullivan's seen that yet in this his first year in the VEWL, but he's fighting it off really well. Again, this young man's strong.
Real strong. And he's using his length, too. Do you see that?
Yeah,
And he gets the reversal. I'm impressed with him.
absolutely. Garza's got to be saying, what do I got to throw at this guy?
Oh, man.
Oh,
I didn't see that coming. That was quick. So
1
3
minute
minutes
left in the
yep,
third period.
3 minutes and 1 second.
The 90-pound place
Yep, the
winner.
reversal ended in a fall, so maybe I didn't add that up right. 3:31, that's what I meant to say. So the fall in 3 minutes and 31 seconds.
Yeah.
And Sullivan, as you mentioned, Kev, first time in the, wow.
Hate to say it, but it looked like Garza gave up there at the end. That's not what you want to see out of your wrestler. You take your beating like a man, and you learn from it, and you come back stronger next time.
Again, you go back, you review the video, and you learn from losses.
Like Jonesy was talking about, that's what you want to see your wrestler, win or lose, finish strong, right?
Exactly. So your top 8 finishers at 90 pounds sit over at the podium. Jack Peterson, there's a Peterson name, see? Not Peters, Peterson. I knew there was a
You
Peterson.
just had a premonition there.
Yeah, there
That's
you go.
all.
Jack Peterson, Northwestern, finished 8th. Calvin Kiefer of Bangor Gold, 7th. Owen Lichtenwalner of Nazareth White, 6th. Lincoln Nensel from Palmerton, 5th. Marco Guadagnino of Palmer Township, 4th. Blake Dennison of Delaware Valley, 3rd. Max Boyer of Parkland Gray, 2nd. And Lincoln Rose, your champion for Emmaus Green. So we'll be moving up to 105 pounds. Cale Witt of Lehigh will be taking on James McQueen of Palmer Township. McQueen and Ryan Sullivan, wrestling partners in the Palmer Township wrestling room.
Cale Witt's the #1 seed in this tournament. Got to the finals via a fall in 346 over Rosner from Eastside Salisbury. And then a tech fall 16-1 over Rooks from Wilson.
And James McQueen of Palmer Township, a 12-year-old 6th grader, 16-0 in this season, 47-21 in the VEWL, has never placed before, so this is a big spot for him to prove himself, and a 4th place finisher at the PJW 10 and under tournament back in 2025.
Cale Witt, 12-year-old 6th grader, 17-0 this season, one of those 19 undefeated wrestlers we talked about earlier. He placed 6th in this tournament last year, so that's a big jump. So good job being here, Cale. Let's try and finish this up.
To Adam Holly at the head table, OW Coach of the Year.
2 young men evenly matched, at least in terms of physical stature.
Referee by Nicholas
Shot taken by McQueen.
Jake Cole.
McQueen got here with a really exciting semifinal win as well. 3-2 decision over the #3 seed Everett Wilson out of Southern Lehigh. Really, really good match to watch. First period ends tied in 0.
So the
Queen
Lehigh,
gets choice.
sorry, buddy, the Lehighton Indians represented here in the final.
McQueen starts his period on the bottom with his choice. Score 0-0. Quick sit out. Witt putting top pressure on, trying to pin that head down to the knees. That return, nice job. Looking for that one-on-one on the left-hand side. Tight waist. To get up off his knees, a little more weight on his toes, put some pressure down on the top. Sit out again by McQueen. Stopped by Witt. We got that 2-on-1 now on the left-hand side. McQueen trying to break that underneath. Looks like Witt's trying to slip in legs on the left-hand side. Thought better of it.
Kevin, we have another Palmer Township wrestler coming up next. So the Palmer Township upperweights looking good.
Not a whole lot of action here to speak of in this second period. It's going to end the same way the first period ended, 0-0. Nice tough ride by Witt.
I like the Valley Elementary Wrestling League pullovers for the champions. The young ladies got the brown, white, and gold, mostly white with the brown and gold highlights and trim. And then the boys got the mostly brown with the gold and white trim. Really neat, really impressive. They do an outstanding job in the Valley Elementary Wrestling League.
Stand up here by Witt. Taken back down by McQueen. McQueen's going to get a stall call against him here if he doesn't work up, and he did. Locked hands. 1 point penalty. First point of the match.
Yep.
That's a tough one.
Trying not to stall, and then he jumped up, and unfortunately the young man locked his hands.
You know what would have been nice for a pullover back in your camp champ days? You'd have doubled up, Bob.
That would have been great. No, I didn't win. I didn't win freestyle.
Oh.
I came in second. I won folk style, came in second in freestyle, and second in Greco-Roman. That was fun. Greco-Roman was fun. No.
Camp champ.
Yep.
Bob Barclay.
Pocono Sports Camp.
Escape now 2-0 in favor of Witt. Right back in he goes. McQueen's got to ramp up the pressure a little bit here, and there he is. Quick slide by for a takedown. 3-2 lead.
I give McQueen so much credit. He could have gotten upset, right? The penalty point, the escape, and then he didn't quit. He didn't give up on the edge of the mat and went right back and got the takedown. That's impressive.
Real nice throw by.
Very impressive.
Trapping that ankle. He's got to ride him here for 35 seconds. And he'll have the championship under his belt. Just keep that ankle trapped is what I would do.
But I was impressed with his mat awareness over there, right? Still was inbounds barely, but managed to get the takedown. That was terrific.
Situational wrestling, right? Know where you are on the mat. Now he's going to get a stall call again if he doesn't work his way up.
A stalling warning.
He worked his way up nicely that time. Real good job by James McQueen.
He was very careful that time. He didn't lock his hands.
That takedown's going to do it.
Nice match by both young men. Really good job by both.
Nice fight, James. Nice fight.
But I give both young men a lot of credit. But that mat awareness by McQueen proved to be the difference.
3-2 win. James McQueen for Palmer.
In 8th place, from Emmaus Green, Stella Group. In 7th place, from Banker Gold, Hayden Marshall. In 6th place, from Eastside Salisbury, Joshua.
Here we go, our 95-pound place winners as we look at the podium. In 8th place, Stella Krupp from Emmaus Green. Caden Marshall, Bangor Gold. 7th, Joshua Santiago, Eastside Salisbury, 6th place finisher. Andrew Glose, Northampton Black 5th. Carter McMullen, Nazareth White 4th.
From Southern Lehigh, Oliver Wilson.
The Spartans send up Oliver Wilson to get his 3rd place medal from Southern Lehigh. John Gerza poking them out east, your second place finisher, and Ryan Sullivan with the pin, your Palmer Township champion. And that was a run of 3 Palmer Township wrestlers. Sullivan, McQueen, they won, and now the pressure is on Nico DiNardo of Palmer Township, who will be taking on a tough Kellen Young of Nazareth White.
Well, Nico DiNardo's 11 years old, 6th grader, is 17-0 this season. A career VEWL record of 49-5 over the last 3 years. He finished 2nd place at 105 last year.
And his opponent is Kellen Young from Nazareth White, an 11th grade 5th grader, 18-0 in the season. Last year at 105 pounds, he finished 7th at 2025 Keystone State Qualifier and a 2023-2024 PJW State Qualifier.
And a quick 3-point takedown for DiNardo. So off to a good start.
Palmer trying to make it 3 in a row with the big guys.
I'll bring them up on the leaderboard. They started the finals here. Let's see. Palmer came in tied. No, came in owning 11th place all themselves.
Trying, got the wrist and the arm bar.
He's got him on his back.
Kellen
Pick
Young
up that
trying
head.
to battle off your back. That a boy.
There it is.
There's the fall. 1.8 seconds left. That was it. He was battling. Did the best he could, but DiNardo managed to clamp it just before time ran out.
58-second fall for your champion, Nico DiNardo from Palmer Township. Here you see it, Bob. He got him turned with those bars, and there was no coming back from that. Nice job. Nice job. That gives us one more to go.
We were talking about no pins up until 80 pounds, and then 85 pounds we had a tech fall, and then a pin, a 3-2 decision, and a pin.
In 8th place,
making up for it on the back end. We're going to bring you to the podium for the 105-pound place winners. In 8th place, representing Delaware Valley, Mason Rango. Miguel Mendez from Penargil is your 7th place.
6th place from Wilson.
Caden Brooks from Wilson is in 6th place. Southern Lehigh's Everett Wilson finished 5th. Mason Rosner, Eastside Salisbury, 4th. Brady Heaps, Parkland Red, 3rd place. Cale Witt from Lehighton was 2nd. And your winner from Palmer Township, James McQueen, at 105 pounds.
In 3rd place from Parkland Red, Brady Heaps. In 2nd place from Lehighton, Cale Witt.
Then we have another Poking 'em Out West wrestler in the finals, so that's impressive.
105-pound champion.
And that's Angel Williams, who will be taking on Vincent Summers of Lehighton. Lehighton's 2nd wrestler in a row.
Angel Williams comes into this as the top seed. He's 11 years old.
Well, not in a row, but in this last couple bouts with the big guys.
16-0 this season. He's got 49 wins. He's never placed in the VEWLs, but here he is in the finals.
His opponent,
ankle band from Lehighton.
Vincent Summers from Lehighton, 12-year-old 6th grader, 15-1 on the year. This is his first appearance in the VEWL tournament and his first appearance in the finals. Coached by Richard Fraunheiser, Brian Snyder, Terry Smith, George Shope, Jason Mango, Steve Reed, and Gary Reed. And his mom, Ashley, has to be very proud.
So you got 2 newcomers to the finals here, and both of them got here with a fall and a tech fall.
Assisted by Tony Phillips.
Summers the 2 seed, Williams the 1. Shot in there by Williams. Looks like Summers may come out on top of this, though. Williams has that arm trapped up top. Summers needs to drive across to that back ankle. Post that back ankle, drive across. No score here to end the first period in our final bout of the evening, 160 pounds.
Good job by Angel Williams, and you'll be able to see all the action tomorrow at 1 o'clock on channel 913 Service Electric and also on BRC TV 13, and then you'll be able to see it again next Sunday, the 15th at 1 p.m., and it will also be available on YouTube starting at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
120-pound place winners to the awards area.
Williams can't keep getting caught underneath of Summers that way. Summers looks as a little bit bigger than him. That's a whole lot of weight to get caught underneath when the guy's got you by a couple pounds. Makes your job a whole lot harder.
And the coach of the year, please get those ballots to Adam Holly at the head table in the left corner of the gym. We will be giving out the team championship trophy, the runner-up, coach of the year, OW, and the Pinner Award.
Trying that side roll. Just put your, just almost had it. But good job by Summers to fight it off and lean into him and prevent that side roll from working.
Not much action by Williams on the bottom other than that one attempt at the side roll. He's trying to get up to his feet here, but there's only 10 seconds left. So Summers got that half on the right-hand side. Goes back to that ankle pick. Tries that roll again. Second period ends 0-0.
I like the official's hairstyle. Looks good.
They both have that Bob Matthews.
Oh, Tony
chic look.
Phillips also has, yep.
Yeah. Bob Matthews chic look going on there.
He shaved his head in so I didn't feel so bad.
Okay, Williams is on top to start this third period. Scores tied 0-0, 160-pound championship. We'll know who our champion will be in about 1 minute, 20 seconds.
I'm looking over at the far bench where the wrestlers are sitting, waiting for the, pictures for the champions. And Leonardo Rizzo, the trophy's bigger than he is. He's so cute. Love it.
Summers comes up to his feet. Williams takes him back down. Got that left ankle trapped.
We might be going into overtime, Kevin.
It's possible.
That'll be our first overtime match of the day.
Summers comes back up again. Williams tries to cradle him from a standing
cradle,
position.
yeah.
That takes a little bit of strength to pull off. Now Summers is on top again. Again, that's a tough position for Williams to be in.
I think we're going to get a stalemate.
I think we should get a stalemate. Been in that position for pushing 30 seconds here, if not more.
Yeah, I think you got to get a stalemate.
Give him a
both
fresh
young men a
start.
fresh start. Yep.
Summers trying to come around behind. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Williams holding on for dear life.
I think the official felt that Williams might be able to convert takedown. That's why he didn't call the stalemate.
Williams was on top that period. I think he thought Summers could get the reversal.
I'm sorry.
Okay, we're going to go on our feet here.
We'll go 1 minute.
1 minute.
Sudden victory. First point wins.
Looks like Williams is going to try a headlock there for a second. Summers had nothing to do with that. Oh. There it is.
And Vincent Summers slipped, and Angel Williams had the wherewithal to jump on top and get the takedown. Unfortunate for Summers, but he did slip. But Williams is the champion for Pocono Mountain West, so a big win for Pocono Mountain West. And Williams is like, oh, look at him hug. See, now that's good stuff right there. I love that.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
3-0 win with a takedown
overtime.
and sudden
In
victory.
8th place from Del Valle, Mason Raymer.
Alrighty. righty, guys, let's go to the podium for our 120-pound place winners.
In 7th place,
Mason Kramer from Delaware Valley finished in 8th place. In 7th place from Stroudsburg is Cillian McCarthy. Nizar Haddad, another Haddad on the podium. Parkland Red in 6th place. Ryan McFadden from Forks is your 5th place finisher. Joseph Rivera, Southern Lehigh, is 4th. Macklin Quai from Emmaus Green is 3rd. Kellen Young from Nazareth White was your runner-up. And your 120-pound champion is Nico DiNardo from Palmer Township. Well done, Nico.
Yeah, it was funny because we had no falls for a majority of the afternoon. Then all of a sudden, as I mentioned, we had a fall at 90, a fall at 95, a fall at 120. And then I was like, oh, we have and then we get an overtime to close things out. So, pretty impressive.
Bob.
Nico DiNardo.
Okay. Well, Kev, another great atmosphere and great time here at Stroudsburg High School. We used to do it down at the middle school in Easton in Forks Township, and then they shifted it up here to Stroudsburg High School, and this gymnasium is phenomenal, holds a lot of people. It reminds me a little bit of Parkland's gym, how big Parkland's gym is. And,
it does.
You know, and it's really a great place, and it's kind of like where I spent 38 years of my career up here in Stroudsburg, so it's neat to always kind of come back home. But what an outstanding job by all these wrestlers, and what these youngsters have to learn, especially those in the finals, when you lose, take it as something that you can build on, right? A learning experience. What did you do right? What did you do wrong? What can you improve? What can you correct? And that'll really serve you very well as you move forward in your wrestling career.
Well, you know, there's that old saying, win or lose, you want to learn something both ways, right? You want to take the lessons you learn from winning and utilize those moving forward. You want to take the lessons you learn from losing and utilize those moving forward. But like we talked about with Jonesy, what's most important is not what happens out there. It's what happens down the road when you grow up to be strong, young men and give back to the ones that come up behind you. So I hope every single gentleman that was a Valley Elementary Wrestling League champion here today, one day gives back to that program that helped put them on top of this podium.
Right, and the one thing I always look for, especially at this age and at these ages when you're talking about second, third, fourth graders up to sixth grade, first graders, how they react, right, after the match, win or lose. Are they good sports? Do they shake coaches' hands? Do they shake their opponent's hands? I like the way the heavyweight ended, how we ended our afternoon, where the two heavyweights, look, Summers lost his footing, fell, got taken down in overtime, but he slipped, right? But afterwards, even though he lost 3-0 and it was an unfortunate circumstance, they went up and both heavyweights, Summers and Angel Winters, hugged each other. Williams, hugged each other, and it was fantastic. That's what you want to see. You want to see sportsmanship. You want to see how they're going to elevate themselves in terms of skill, fundamentals, but for me, it's always, as Kevin was mentioning, how to become a good or better young man or young woman. And sportsmanship, always, always very important.
We celebrate the victories, but that's really what's important.
Now we're going to go to the 160-pound podium, and as soon as my eyes can get adjusted from those lights, I got to look down here. Can you see that?
I'll take it.
I only have one good eye, so you help me.
160 pounds, 6th place, Colton Enos from Emmaus Green, or excuse me, 8th place, Colton Enos from Emmaus Green.
See, you're laughing at me.
Zane Garris from Penargil finished 7th. Caden Harriet from Pocono Mountain West finished 6th. Mason Hunger from Whitehall is your 5th place finisher. From Delaware Valley, John Carlos Veras in 4th. Logan Traub from Southern Lehigh finished 3rd. Vincent Summers from Lehighton is your runner-up, and your winner by the score of 3-0 in sudden victory, Angel Williams from Pocono Mountain West.
Yeah, and how about Angel Williams? I feel so good for him in the Pocono Mountain West program. And as we were talking to Jake Jones, the Stroudsburg High School wrestling coach earlier, the Pocono Mountain West girls wrestling program is incredible. I mean, 35 to 40 girls on that roster.
That is
And
incredible.
the boys also have a full roster. So it's really good to see that on the mountain. So
We talked a little earlier about how the Lehigh Valley tended to be the top dog when it comes to boys wrestling, and they have been. However, when it comes to the girls wrestling, the mountain has some really good teams. East Stroudsburg has a good team. Stroudsburg has a good team. Pocono Mountain West has a good team. And that is so exciting to see the future for what we're going to see as this continues
yeah,
to build.
because the Valley, everybody's like, oh, the Valley is so much better, and they are at this point, But I think that the mountain teams will get back there. But what they're thinking about doing in East Stroudsburg School District, they might reunite the North and South schools again. If that happens, that athletic program is going to get even better. So that will be really, really cool to see that. But I don't know. Are we allowed to announce this now?
I don't know. Remember, I messed that up last year.
Okay. All right.
I
Sorry.
announced these awards before they actually gave out the awards out there, and I got the Bob Matthews treatment. Like, what are you doing here?
Okay. Sorry.
Third place with 118 and a half was a tie between Northwestern.
Maybe we'll give it over to
Southern
Mr.
Lehigh.
Spurk. Tell him to use our microphone.
In second place with 136 and a half points.
Okay, second pace.
Black.
Okay, Northampton Black. They're going to
Northampton
finish
Black,
second.
Please come up and get your second place.
And our winner, we know, there's a foregone conclusion. Bangor Gold is going to be not only just the regular season VEWL champs, but the VEWL tournament champions. So that's really cool as well.
Congratulations, Northampton Black, on a great tournament.
So we're going to make Mr. Spurk do the announcements for the awards because we have them here. But if
And now the team champion of the 2026 Valley Elementary Wrestling League tournament with a whopping 176 and a half points, Bangor Gold.
And there you have it. Bangor Gold is your not only, as Bob said, season champion, but tournament champion, and they ran away with it. They had one champion, two runner-ups, 2 third, 3 fourth, 2 sixth, and 2 seventh place finishers. That's a whole lot of kids on that podium.
And you
well
like,
done.
And you like to see it, Cap. Don't get me wrong. I love it when you have Northampton winning and Nazareth Blue and Nazareth White and Palmer Township and Forks. But it's nice to see some of the outlying schools too win.
If you remember,
like
Bangor
Stroudsburg
Gold-
South back in the day, or East Stroudsburg ESYA back in the day, and then now Bangor, it's up in the slate belt. So it's really cool to see
Congratulations,
different
Bangor
programs.
Gold.
Bangor Gold had a really good season last year. I
Now
think they were
the
the season
Pinner
champion last
Award.
year, but Nazareth White
This
came out of
award-
this tournament as a champion last year.
is given in the name of Bob Getz, a longtime board member, wrestling referee and assigner,
Yep,
and a true
Bob-
friend to
Bob Getz.
VEWL.
What an outstanding man.
It's given
The last time you
in
and I
Bob's
saw
name
him,
from his son Mark and his wife Debbie.
we got to talk to him out in the lobby.
The
down
Pinner Award
Easton Middle
this
School,
year
or was
for
that here?
6
Easton Middle
pins
School, I
in a
think.
total of 7 minutes and 45 seconds. He took third place at 160 from Southern Lehigh, Logan Traub.
Congratulations, Logan Traub.
Congratulations to Logan. Fantastic.
Well
Yeah,
done.
but Bob Getz, we had a great conversation. Unfortunately, passed away later that year. But what an outstanding man. A great official, a great mentor, a great human being, a terrific family man, and just
The
so awesome.
Coach of the Year,
Honored
voted
to spend
on
time
by his fellow coaches. This year's Coach of the Year is actually going to 2 coaches from Bangor Gold, John Gaffredo and Frank Comunal.
More
Well
hardware
deserved.
for
Well
Bangor
deserved,
Gold.
yeah.
Congratulations, John and Frank. Spectacular season.
I'm excited for the outstanding wrestler. Yes, that's a good idea. One of our camera people here with
And
the
now,
sports crew said that the coaches
the outstanding
Why
wrestler
not? Bonus match, right? Clear the mats.
for the
Clear the mats.
2026
to see who's the
Valley
real coach
Elementary
of the year.
Wrestling League
It's
tournament
Fredo against
at
Comunal.
61 pounds from Northampton, Boston Probus.
There's your OW.
Yep, he deserved it too. He
Yeah.
wrestled really well, and he beat a young man who's a returning champ. So, fantastic job.
That's a lot of
Great
hardware
job,
there,
Boston
Boston.
Probus. That trophy's almost as tall as him.
Yeah, I love it. I love every minute of that. All right, so everybody, listen. Thank you so much for letting myself and Kevin Hardy do this year after year after year. Kevin and I, very close friends, and we became even closer friends through wrestling. And that's what wrestling's all about, right? Teaches you life lessons. Lifelong friendships, right? All these people you get to meet and network with and associate with, and your life becomes better. I think mine has because of wrestling.
I started wrestling in 4th grade, long time ago. And I can say with 100% certainty, wrestling changed my life in every way possible. Wrestling and God. Without those two, I couldn't tell you who I'd be, but I'm thankful for both of them. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be part of this team again.
And I wish God would have helped me more with my wrestling.
Yeah, me too.
But I've learned a lot. If you want to talk about learning lessons from losses, I learned a lot. But for Kevin Hardy, I'm Bob Matthews and the rest of the outstanding BRC 13 sports crew. Thanks for joining us for the Valley Elementary Wrestling League Championships here at Stroudsburg High School. It was amazing. Cold outside, hot and cool. It doesn't make sense. Hot, and the level of competition, there you go, was steaming hot inside.
Wrap it up, Bob.
Anyway, have a good rest of the week, everybody, and thank you so much for watching the Valley Elementary Wrestling League Championships. Good night.